Hello everyone, hope you're well. I'm here today to film a video that's a bit different for me, and I'm here to give you guys some tips and tricks on my budgeting and saving. And I've never done a video like this. I don't even want it to be super long. I have a few notes written down and I kind of want to share with you guys how I budget and save. You guys know I've always got something on the agenda, and at the moment, I've said this to you guys in my last video, I'm saving for a few things, and not only a holiday, but also I do want to further my career and do some courses that are quite expensive. So I want to give you guys some tips and tricks on how I budget for a single person living on my own. I don't want anyone to think this is going to be like super groundbreaking or anything, but hopefully it gives you guys some tips and tricks. I'm so legit in this video that I've even written notes. So I'm going to start off with number one. And the first thing that I would do if you're looking to save or generally just improve on your spending and budgeting is actually looking at how much do you earn. So I know it sounds ridiculous, but sometimes I think we underestimate or overestimate how much we earn and actually focus on what you need to actually live. Let's say ballpark figure, you earn, I don't know, £2,000 a month. Well, from that £2,000, how much do you actually need to survive on? So to pay your rent or your mortgage, your food, your petrol, or your travel expenses, and then how much of that becomes just going out and fun spending money, and how much of that money becomes money that you can actually put away and save. And I think once you've analysed all those things, you can really go on to looking into saving. I think if you haven't done that, I think it will be hard to determine what you can save, what you can spend, because it just all becomes a jumbled mess. Let's say your rent is £500. Okay, so £500 of that £2,000 is gone. How much do your food come to? How much does your petrol come on to? Your travel and other general things like bills and stuff and taxes. And then from that, you can obviously determine your savings. So number two is setting out also your weekly, monthly, and yearly outgoings. Phone bills, council tax, those kind of things, and also your yearly things. So for example, I live in an apartment block, so our yearly, the block management, also some of my bills are included in it yearly. So there are yearly costs, and then there are also monthly and weekly ones. I personally don't think I've got any weekly things, but I do have monthly and yearly costs, and I roughly know when all of those are, so that I know that, okay, I need to put away X amount, or I need to put away Y amount for this thing, and then I'm not kind of hit with like a crazy bill at the end of the year or every month. Try and keep everything as consistent as you can. So try and keep anything fixed rate. So then you have a kind of idea as to everything that is coming in and out each month, as opposed to having like random bits of money going in and out. If you can try and keep like your water bills, your TV bills, all those kind of things all the same at fixed rates, because I know lots of companies allow fixed rate things, like my water bill allows for like a fixed rate. You can do that, and it makes it easier and it makes it less stressful, as opposed to having like weird and random bills coming in every single month. Another tip I would say is try and have 2 bank accounts minimum. This is a tip of mine. Obviously, not everyone has to like go with this or anything. I personally don't have a credit card that I use. I've never used one before. I'm talking about 2 normal like cards, so like debit cards. I use one for my living expenses, so my bills, my shopping, my normal day-to-day, like I said at the beginning of this video, normal stuff. And then I have a bank account that I use for saving that I try is the operative word, not to use. So that bank account is where I put any emergency money, any savings money, my tax money and all that kind of stuff. And that having those 2 bank accounts gives you a bit more of discipline as to your money. So what I tend to do, and I'm going to come on to this more in some other points of the video, on the first of the month, I look at my bank accounts, I look at that money that I said I need to live on, and that includes any fun money, so like shopping or going out for coffee and drinks and all that kind of stuff money. And anything extra I put away into a savings account, and I don't look at it. I've talked to you guys about the whole like don't look at it thing before, and if you don't kind of overanalyze like, oh my god, I made extra like £200 this month, and you just put it away, you're not going to be tempted to use it. And that's always how I've sort of tried to deal with my money, is if I haven't seen it, if I haven't touched it, if it hasn't become tangible, then I haven't used it and I kind of don't have it, but I do have it and it feels really, really good. So having those two accounts and also being strict with yourself, but also being, you know, realistic with yourself as to when you have to actually raid it. You could go even deeper and have like a separate savings and then one for like emergency kitty money, but I just sort of keep it all together because otherwise it's too many accounts and then I end up getting too confused. But it's definitely a good way to go, and I do think it helps with money management because then you're not actually feeling like you're going to spend the money and it's gone away. Look at your accounts regularly, and that's what I was saying. So at the beginning of the month, I do my check, I look at how much money I need in which account, and I go from there. But I'm also saying look at your account regularly in general. I'm not a big cash spender, so I don't ever really carry a lot of cash with me, and I would say that's a negative because sometimes, like I said, if you have tangible money, like if you actually have money in your hands, you feel it more and you kind of feel a bit more guilty spending it, as opposed to always swiping your card and entering your PIN or whatever. It's different. Because I know I'm not good at carrying cash, instead what I do is I hold myself accountable for spending, and I do look at my accounts regularly. So I don't know, I wouldn't say I look at it every single night, but every couple of days I look at my account, see what I've done, what I've spent, any refunds have come back in. That's another big one that I used to be naughty at not doing when I was younger, and I hold myself accountable. And I think that's the importance of it. So even when you carry cash, you have that accountability firsthand, but sometimes if you use card, you're just kind of swiping. Do you see what I mean? So I think it's really important, and it's another tip that I think is really good at also cutting down on spending. Another point that I put on here in big capital letters is have fun. If you go on your life saving and saving and saving and saving and saving and saving, yes, that's all well and good, you're gonna be a millionaire, great. But you need to enjoy your life. At the end of the day, if I want to go out with my friends and have a cocktail, but I know it's really expensive to get into this really nice club or bar, and then I have to spend money on the drinks, like, girl, I'm gonna spend money on the drinks. Or like, if I feel like I wanna get an Uber home, I don't wanna get the train, I'm gonna get that Uber home. Like, at the end of the day, I work really hard and I'm gonna use the comforts that I have. I'm not gonna sit here and isolate myself just because I wanna save that extra 50 quid. So I think that's really important. Have fun. Don't honestly focus too much on save, 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 save. Although it's important, we have one life, and at the end of the day, you want to live your life and enjoy it. The last note I'm going to end on is get your priorities straight. So when you go to spend money, have a think every time that you spend, okay, do I need to prioritize this bag or these shoes, or do I want to prioritize that holiday I'm saving for, or in my case, like I said, like that course I really want to do. Try and assess your money and how you spend it, and like I said, hold yourself accountable, not in a negative way of like, oh my god, like, but be realistic. At the end of the day, do you want that pair of shoes or do you want that new car? I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and let me know down below with feedback on how you guys save, or if any of these tips have been helpful. I know money is a really big taboo subject, but at the end of the day, we all have it and we're all spending it, and if we can help each other with tips and tricks on how to be better at it, then why not? I really, really hope that you guys are having a lovely week. Hope you're doing really well. I will see you guys all in my next video. Take care of yourselves.